blades are sharpened with precision, flashing your favorite point of view. I know you're waiting in the distance, just like you always do, just like you always do. Already pulling me in, already under my skin, and I know it's
oh, when the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in.
Gave up who I am for who you wanted me. Hoping for what I won't receive, falling for the promise of the emptiness machine. The emptiness machine.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground with Bigsby to start the drive. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. And you look at the Saints defense. They're currently 6th in the NFL in defending the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if we can get to it. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. From the gun, Bigsby. And he's got it down to the 28. The Vikings at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to it because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On 4th down, here's Williams. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Looking to put a drive together. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. This defense for the Vikings, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a third down. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
Throwing is Jackson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And Shaheed going to go in motion. Fourth down, here's Jackson. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Looking to throw is Williams. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Second down and 10.
To throw, Williams. And he's going to go down here to sack. They push him back to the 34. And go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's third down. To the air, Williams. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. How about that? They weathered the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
First down. First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Now a handoff to Bigsby. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And this one's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Williams. He's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. And Tommy Adebawore, the one who got in there for the sack.
Chad Ryland on for the field goal. A 34-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I'd say the feeling out process of both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
Up to midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds. is across the 50. Great return.
Well, that seems a little devil-may-care there, doesn't it? They gave up 3 points, but how about them coming right back and putting themselves in a position to get points of their own?
On first down, it's Genty. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. Now it's Jackson. That one out wide and intercepted. And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So problems with Aaron passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
Sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start first and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
He's across midfield. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Throwing is Williams. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kyron Williams, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point by Ryan, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here first and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Short pass caught by Henry. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Another Saints first down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, New Orleans.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he did not reel it in. 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. And that's going to be caught downfield by Slippery. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
A run out of the gun with Genty. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Touchdown, New Orleans.
Ashton Genty, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
Saints 7.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
It's your money, y'all. I put money down on all of us, on my people now.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Williams. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Now he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Here's Williams. This one caught by Ridley. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Saints' 33-yard line.
Back to throw. Williams. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
First down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Williams going to look to throw again. That's complete right around the 8. A good display of footwork. It gets him just inside the 5 to the 4. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
The Saints 4-yard line.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Touchdown, Vikings! Terry McLaurin from 40 yards out. As these guys are able to extend their lead. Now Riley for the PAT. It's good to make it 17-7. Carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Able to locate his man Slayton on an out route. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up second down. Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. Second catch for him today, and they'll wind up a 1st down.
A 7-yard gain. And the Saints.
The run straight ahead with Genty. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At their 49-yard
Jackson.
line.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Now Jackson. They'll get this out to Genty. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Jackson going to change things up a bit. Up the middle, it's Genty. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
No gain on the play.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
2-yard gain.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th. Gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll go again with Genty. And And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Ashton Jeanty with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints are back within a score. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game.
Vikings 17, Saints 14.
Gotta do it, got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off, turn his TV off, turn his TV off.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
And I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
From the 38 now, here's second down and 7. Looking to throw. Williams. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Operating from the gun, Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Vikings! Terry McLaurin with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Vikings add 6 to their lead. Extra point by Ryan, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Saints 14.
So after the field goal, Riley back out as he'll send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10.
13.
From the gun, Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
A gain of 17 yards. And the Saints 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Jackson. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
A gain of 14. And the Saints 1st down.
Throwing is Jackson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Hey, middle.
Jackson now. He'll drop this underneath for Genty. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 26.
13 yards on the play. That's another Saints first down.
Now it's Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
18 more yards. That's good for the Saints. First down.
Now Lamar changing the play.
The 8-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. This is caught. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Second and goal at the 1-yard line.
Their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Touchdown.
A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
For the point after.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Chad Ryland to kick off.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And Charles, they trail here, though not really the fault of this offense.
No, they certainly did their part in the first half, but when you're in a shootout like this, you definitely want your defense to play better, but you know that's out of your control. All you can do, keep putting points on the scoreboard and keep giving your defense opportunities to make stops.
First down. A gain of 12. First down, New Orleans.
Here's Jackson. Catch made by Slayton. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
That's another Saints first down. It's a gain of 10. First down, Saints.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 39-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. That's complete to Slayton. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it makes it third down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
You change it. Hey. Ready.
To throw is Jackson. That's complete. Genty out of the backfield. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
A give out of the gun to Genty. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
13.
Back to throw. Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive.
13. Yep. No, we changed it.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. He'll find Genty out of the backfield. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will tie us at 24 all. So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35.
First of all, you ain't fast long enough. With me, you ain't strong enough. So whatever it is, they got you thinking that you Superman. I got the kryptonite now. Put the mic, that character's not even good actors.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down. Throwing is Williams. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Vikings.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
To throw, Williams. A short throw hauled in by Kelce. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
To throw once more, here's Williams. This one caught by Ridley. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 27-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Looking to throw is Williams. That's complete. Lambert Smith. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. To throw, it's Williams. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Grover Stewart getting in there for the sack.
Chad Ryland on for the field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And with it, they have taken the lead. So give him 3 on that drive. Normally you'd say we'll take it, but if the clock's flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
And the Saints first down.
Here's Jackson to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Quick strike out wide by Jackson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 17.
Now a hand off to Genty. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Saints, 1st down. 1st and goal, New Orleans.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Genty is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll try to punch it in with Genty. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Ashton Genty taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Saints have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game.
27.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. Terry McLaurin, 65 yards. And the Vikings answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Ryman, up and good. And that gives him a 3-point lead. Back out is the kicker, Ryman, and he'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown. Their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And nothing much materializing there in the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
No, we changed it.
Jackson. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Ryan Burns in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Now Jackson. Open man, the tight end Henry. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He'll try to do it himself. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, New Orleans.
On the draw, here's Genty. It's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
First down. A gain of 15. First down, Saints.
Looking to throw. Jackson. Open man, that's Henry. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On the give, Genty. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 118 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Touchdown, New Orleans.
Ashton Genty, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are once again back in front. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Here's Williams. Looking now, and that's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there. And it's 2nd down.
4 yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he gets this one to Ridley complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the Vikings, first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
To the air, Williams. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's a give to Bigsby. And a little room to maneuver there. He gets it down about the 39. Here comes 2nd down.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
He'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. is going to be an air first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 14.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now. Here's Bigsby. And snapped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Here we go. First and goal.
Ready to go.
Bigsby. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
Good work there, holding him out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2? Maybe even 3 more plays.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
What is that?
Another run by Bigsby. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
Extra point by Ryan up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Riley now following the touchdown back out to kick it away.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Oh, my ready?
Here's first and 10.
Ready. Nice one. Nice one. Sit up.
Jackson. And his throw here is incomplete.
Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Brings up third down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Ready. Nice one. No.
Jackson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now fourth down.
It's now.
Partner, they've got 1 chance left to keep this one going. And I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
From the gun, here's Williams. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was, and the home team